Matt sincerely for taking the time today with his family situation and making time for us. On Super Saturday, we plan to do our panel. We normally do that where we'll have questions for top guys in the company. And so if you got something you wish you could have asked or get some clarification, write those down, and we'll have an opportunity to have a more interactive conversation on Super Saturday. Here's what I loved. I don't know about you, but my mind wasn't blown. No offense, Matt. I don't know if you're sitting out there like, okay, let's get the secret sauce. Like, what is it? I'm ready. I'm gonna write down and follow whatever Matt's secret is to be able to sell that many accounts. And I didn't see any. I didn't see one thing that Matt said he did that isn't doable if just the desire to work ethic is there to do it. And again, that's what I love about this situation and him as a person, is that it's just all earned. It's not luck. It's not given. It was just earned. And not very many people have been able to do what he did. So again, appreciate his time, and I hope if you didn't take anything from that other than this, there's no secrets to being able to be successful this summer. You just potentially change a few things, work a bit harder, set the goals, and do what you need to do to reach them. There's nothing that Matt had or opportunity that's there that isn't going to be yours this upcoming summer. Okay, we're going to hear from Josh now. You'll see lunch is being put out. We apologize. We just want to have that ready so we can kind of expedite the day. Well, I'll let Josh introduce himself a little bit, but another just great guy that worked with us for a ton of time and was very instrumental in helping develop this VTP program he's going to introduce today. Sold a lot of accounts himself in his younger years. He's an old man now, and he only did 400. Yeah, not too good last time, but he's hanging in there. And we appreciate him being here. He's the only thing that stands between you and lunch. So if you'll hurry, then we'll get through this.
Okay, but everyone stand up real quick. This is what I do at the office just to get warmed up. Here we go. You know it? Yeah, here we go. No, just kidding. All right, sit down. All right, everyone open up your training manuals. I promise I'll keep this short so that you guys can eat your lunch. Turn to page 109, please. Kellen, I hope you're proud. All right, so this clicker thing here. Luck favors the prepared. Guys, this summer is going to be what you make it. We're going to go over right now what you can do between now and the time that summer starts so that you can have a successful summer and make the most out of it. What Matt just went over, I have to reiterate, is everything he said is down to the letter what you should be doing in preparation as far as making the summer a successful summer. It's going to be what you put in before we even get out there. Luckily, our company has been able to put together a full training program that you guys can complete. And the idea is, you guys, by the time that you're done, the goal is we want you showing up for the summer so you're over a learning curve. You think of anything new you've ever tried in your life, there's always a learning curve. There's something, there's a time period that you have to go through where before you're at your peak game, whether that's sports, learning a new language, dating, whatever it is, there is a learning curve. And our goal with the VTP and what we're going to go over today is that you can hit the ground running once you show up for the summer. My first year, I got hired on. I showed up for the summer, never read a training manual, nothing. They gave me a little piece of paper. I remember it like it was yesterday. They wrote a few sentences, talk about bugs, and asked me what they wanted. And they patted me on the butt and said, get out there and have fun. And I just had to go figure it out. The first month sucked, to say the least. So the goal with this training program, you guys, is to give you all the knowledge that you need so that when you get out there, the only thing left on the table is your work ethic. So let's go through this. There's two things that I'm going to suggest that you really take seriously to have a successful. The first one is goals and vision. Now, I have a video I want to show you, and on that page 109 is the page that the VTP starts in the back of the training program, or training manual. This training manual should be your best friend. You guys, you need to read the whole thing, and that's going to be part of the VTP. But first, I want you to understand that you've got to understand your why you're doing this. In the first place, you got to have a vision of your summer, what you want to accomplish, and if you don't even know that, then we aren't really going to have a lot of motivation during the summer, and this whole job is about being self-motivated. So first, goals and vision. I want to show you this video real quick. Go ahead, Tom.
Obviously, you knew somewhere inside yourself that you were destined to be famous, because I think it's really a marvelous thing, that visualization thing you did. Do y'all read about this or hear this? That you used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night
and visualize seeing yourself as...
Yeah, I would visualize,
This is when you were broke and poor.
Right, having directors interested in me and people that I respected saying, you know, I like your work, or whatever that is. And I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever.
This was in like 1987, 85.
Yeah. And
didn't
I
you-
had nothing at that time. So it was like, but it just made me feel better. It made me, at that time, all it really was for me was kind of making me feel better. I would drive home and think, well, I do have these things. They're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there.
Okay, so you would get this from what, self-help books or whatever?
Yeah, self-help section.
Self-help section.
They renamed it the Jim Carrey wing.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that
I
true?
wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet, and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff, but then just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah. So you visualize yourself as... Visualization works if you work hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thing. You
work
can't just
hard.
visualize and then, you know, go eat a sandwich.
That laugh at the end, that's the best part. So here he is, visualizing himself. He knew he was going to be famous. And there was one other key ingredient to the whole thing. He said at the very end. What was it? Work hard, right? You can't just visualize and then that's half of the equation and then the game over. You have to have the second ingredient. But first, before we even get to that part, I want you guys to do something real quick at the bottom of that page or somewhere in your training manual that you can remember or look back on. Pretend today is August 31st, so it's the end of the summer. I want you to write down, if you were to look back on the summer, what would you need to accomplish so that you wouldn't regret anything? Or so that you can consider it a successful summer. And I want you to write that down. Having your goals written out actually has a powerful effect on your mind. And so I want you guys to put that down in your manual right now. You can put down an amount of money that you want to make. You can put down specific goals as far as increasing or improving your communication skills. Whatever it is, I want you to write it down. All right, just for the sake of time, because I know everyone's dying to eat lunch, we're going to move on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge you guys to share this, if you're comfortable with it, with your sales manager and regional manager. The thing I love about Vantage is we don't look at our guys' dollar signs. Our goals, your goals are our goals, and we want you to be successful. It goes so much further than the money. I mean, that's a big reason why we all do this, obviously, but your goals, what you just wrote down, is your motivating factor. I mean, that's your visualization. And now we have to put in the work to make that happen. But if it's at the end of the summer and you can look back and say that you accomplished whatever you just wrote down, that's a win-win for me. And I'm sure it's going to be a win-win for you. Now, one thing I think that I was going to have you guys participate in some questions and answers real quick, but for the sake of time, I would venture to say that the majority of you put something down on that paper that has something to do with being financially stable and financially free. And what that does, guys, and in my opinion, my suggestion is that should be your number one goal. This summer, you want to become financially free and stable because it accomplishes 4 things all at the same time. Health, wealth, love, and happiness. I call it the 4 pillars of the good life. And you can't have one without the other. I mean, to be financially stable, to be healthy, for example, you have to have money and be financially stable to afford the right type of food or take time off to sleep and get the right type of help. Just like Matt talked about, lunch is important, making sure that you know who you are during the summertime, get enough sleep, those types of things. Wealth, obviously, that goes without saying. If you have money, then you're wealthy, right? A lot of you guys are in school. And the stress comes naturally if you're in school and you don't have those financial means necessary to be able to focus on the things you need to focus on, aka work, get a reliable car, pay for books, tuition, whatever it is. Love, relationships, the number one cause of stressful relationships is money, right? And the last is happiness. So, and there's been statistics proven that happiness is directly affected by being financially stable. So guys, you're visualizing your summer, what you're going to accomplish this year in 2017, this summer, by going out. And I promise if you put in the work, you're going to be able to accomplish what you put down on that page. And keep it. Halfway through the summer, go back and look at what the goal was that you put down. If it was 15 grand, whatever the goal was. And if you're on track, then awesome. If you're not, then it's going to be, you might have to have a chat with yourself, ask your manager for help, but you're going to have to readjust your goals to get back on track. All right, so the second step to having a successful summer. So first we visualize, first we get the vision, we get the goals put down. Super important. Second step is to take massive action. And I'm going to go through real quick with you guys. I'm going to give you exactly what you need to do in order to prepare yourself for this summer. There was this kid, this is a true story, and some of you might have already heard me tell this story, but his name's Chris Taylor. It was my very first summer. He was a ginger, not that that's important, but anyway, he had a stutter in his talk, you guys. He did an LDS mission. Other than that, like literally, if you met this cat, you would not think he was a salesman. He ended up selling 400 accounts. Now, on this next page, what is 400 accounts? What does that equate to in money, dollar signs? Can you guys see it? 100 grand. Okay, this guy, stutter in his talk, I mean, he made $100,000. Now that doesn't happen all the time. But I sat down with Chris and I asked him, I said, man, what on earth did you do in order to make that type of money to do that many accounts your very, very first summer? And guys, this is what he told me, 2 things. Number 1, he would record his pitch and listen to it every single night. He would record it and go and listen to it, dissect it. But more importantly, the second one is what hit me the most. Before the summer even started, he had sold 10 preseason accounts, and he had received all of the training that most of the guys receive that you get between the time period of May 1st and the end of May. He had received all of that 3 or 4 months before the summer even started. So he hit the ground running. He showed up essentially as an experienced rep. That's what made the difference. So what we're going to go over right now, the VTP, is going to help you guys accomplish that. I essentially took from him a lot of the things that he told me, and we applied it to our training program. And guys, I got to tell you, I've looked at Vivint's training program, I've looked at Aptive's, I've looked at a lot of our competitors, and let me put on my bias hat for a second, but I can confidently tell you I have not seen a training program out there quite like ours. It's been put together by the executive team at Vantage. I mean, the regional managers that are here have so much experience, and they've put their blood, sweat, and tears into this program, and it's phenomenal. So take it seriously, and we'll go ahead and get into it. By the way, those 3 things that I had written up. Number 1, ask questions. Another thing that I like to train guys with is bother the crap out of your sales manager. Try and get in touch with some of these guys that have killed it, that have done 400 or 500 accounts, and ask them questions. That is so important. And if they feel like you're getting annoying, okay, that's a good thing, because that means you care. That means, hey, what did you do to respond to this concern? Hey, manager, how do you get around this objection? and ask questions and get involved. It really is on your shoulders, guys. That's why we love this job, right? That's why we do it. So just to give you guys an idea of what the VTP will do for you and why it's important. So we had a BYU student run a report of the Vantage training program. And in one summer, there was a fairly big difference from the guys that didn't do the training program to the guys that finished the entire thing. The increase was 26, almost 27% increase in in production. It's a huge amount. So the difference is, from 100, any guys that did 125 accounts would have done 158 had they done the full training program. Guys, it's a difference of $5,000. It's huge. The reason why it works is because, again, we're giving you all the knowledge that you would have gone through in the month of May way beforehand. So get with your sales manager. If you don't have a training program, make sure at lunch break to come over here and get one. But let's go ahead and go through the training, the VTP. Go ahead and start that. Welcome to the Vantage Training Program, also known as the VTP. This program is designed to give you the skills and tools you'll need to have a successful summer with Vantage. As you probably have experienced sometime in your life, whenever you start something new, you always have a learning curve. How serious you take this training program will determine how fast you get over that learning curve and move on to great success. This training program also gives you the opportunity to advance from a beginner level to an expert level. And those levels and requirements go as follows. The first level is V5 or beginner. You obtain this level once you were hired on to Vantage Marketing, filled out the W-9, emailed an ID photo to idbadge@choosevantage.com, filled out the direct deposit form, and completed the back-end explanation certification. All the documents to complete this level are found in the back of the training manual. The next level is V4 or intermediate. Read the manual front to back and pass the manual quiz with a 90% score or higher in order to obtain this level. The quiz is also found in the back of the training manual. The next level is V3 or skilled. In order to obtain this level, you will want to pass off all the pitch certifications and watch all of the online videos. The next level is V2 or experienced. In order to obtain this level, you will need to receive all 4 training modules and record a video of your full pitch and submit it to V2@choosevantage.com. The last and top level is V1 or expert. You obtain this level by selling 2 preseason accounts by yourself. All of the Vantage first-year reps will be required to be certified at level V3 or higher before they can knock doors during the summertime. In the back of the Vantage training manual, you will find all of the resources you will need in order to complete the VTP. In order to advance to the next level, you will need to rip out of the back of the training manual the certification that you are trying to pass off. Then you need to make sure to have a regional manager sign off on it, showing that you've completed it, and then you'll turn it in at Vantage headquarters. Your advancement will be tracked on myvantagetracker.com, which is our selling database. On your profile page, once you have successfully logged in, you'll actually find your current certified level. And as you advance, we'll update that so it's in real time. Also on the bottom left-hand side of the page, you'll see a tab labeled VTP. That contains all the necessary training videos that you'll need in order to complete the program. In these videos, you'll find the topic and the pages that it's in correlation with to the training manual. So make sure that you have your training manual out as you're watching the videos so you can take notes and follow along. All of our sales reps that have completed the training and requirements of a level V2 or higher have actually had an average earning of over $20,000 in their first summer selling. It's definitely worth it, guys, and it is what you make it, so take it seriously and go as far as you can with this. Also, we have an incentive for all first-year reps in the company that earned level V1. You'll actually receive a pair of personalized Nike knocking shoes to knock with during the summertime, which is pretty dang cool. So, and you get to customize the colors. You can choose from a variety of different options and customize it to what coloration you like and want to rock on the streets. The last thing, guys, as you're going throughout the summer, if you get in a rut, if you don't know where to go to and you need a refresher, always look back to the training manual. There's plenty of resource. The training program will provide a lot of support for you as well. And of course, you'll have your sales manager out there to help you. Remember, the training program is what you make it. Excellence has no limit. Okay, we'll chew through this quick so we can be done, but so those are the levels, you guys. Let's go ahead and look actually on that page 109 should be the levels that we just saw in this video. And this introduction video is on the website. By the way, if you don't have your login credentials to the website, which you will need, there's two different websites, myvantagetracker.com and then vantagemarketing.co. Is that right, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And we can give you all the login credentials to all of that, but that is where the videos, a lot of the resources for the training program are going to be held. As you watch the videos, it's going to let us know, let the executive team, the corporate team, all of your managers and regionals know if you've watched the videos. But anyway, the first level is V5. Okay, a lot of you have probably already done that. If not, today they're taking pictures in the back for your ID badge. A lot of this stuff, they're collecting the W-9. A lot of this you can get passed off today if you haven't already done it. So V5 will, essentially you could have that done today as you're walking out the door. But just remember that probably if you spend, I don't know, a couple hours a week, you should have this done, the whole entire training program within a couple months. So it's not like you're going to have to set aside life and school to get the training program done. I don't want you to have to think that, but it is something that you'll want to spend some time on so you can be prepared for the summer. V4, read the manual. So if you turn the page, you'll find all the resources. The W-9, the direct deposit form is in the back of the manual, as well as the quiz, which you do need to pass with a 90% score higher. What you do with any of these is you can either turn it into your manager. Show of hands, who's out of state? Who came in today from out of state? So if you're in that situation, you can just take a picture of it and email it to your manager. That works as well, okay? V3, now this is the one that's going to require some time. We want you guys, there's a new opener that we just changed in the 2017 training manual from last year. You guys will want to get familiar with this. You'll want to learn it and memorize the pitch certifications and come in and pass it off to your sales manager. The reason we do that, you guys, we want you to have a foundation. In sales, it's not so much what you say, but how you say it. However, you got to know what to say first, right? And so we're going to give you that knowledge and that capability of doing that by memorizing the script. And so V3, you've got to pass off all the pitch certifications. There's 21 online training videos you guys will find. Joe created a new website, like I said, vantagemarketing.co. It's awesome. You guys will have all the resources there as well. And you can watch them in any order, but you want to make sure to watch all of them. A lot of the top level producers, their personal pitch, you can watch their pitch online as well. It's pretty cool. You have a lot of different resources there. V2 is experience level. There's 4 modules. Shandon mentioned that and went over that a little bit earlier today. They're every Thursday here, Logan, and then up in Rexburg as well. And so if you do miss that, if you're out of state and you're not in one of those locations, don't worry. Get with your sales manager. They have the modules and they can give it to you one-on-one and make sure that you receive those. And then you need to record your full pitch and submit it to v2@choosevantage.com, and that's all found on page 109. And then the last one is go out and sell 2 preseason accounts. This is very important, guys. Now, hopefully you know this, but you do get paid in the preseason, so that's awesome. But the more you can get out and get your feet wet, again, the less surprises you're going to have once you show up to the area. And I promise every sales manager in here, if you ask them to go out and knock doors with you, they're going to say yes, because again, we care about you guys. We want you to be successful. So you guys saw that at the very end, the incentive. Did you guys, I don't know if you guys caught that, but anyone that completes the level V1 before the summer starts, in fact, for a Super Saturday training, we normally hand out the gift cards if you do get it by then, but you get a personalized pair of Nike Knocking shoes for the summertime. It's pretty cool. Here's just a couple extra books that I wanted to mention for you guys to read to help better prepare for the summertime. It's just outside of the training manual. It's not a requirement of Vantage, but these have helped me. I know a lot of the other top level producers have read these books. How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is an incredible book. It helps you to understand how to have a win-win conversation with anyone, whether it's in sales or just in your personal life. Door to Door Millionaire was actually written by a guy that used to work for Tom and Shandon. He's phenomenal. He's done over 1,000 accounts, I believe, in a summer. And then The Psychology of Selling and 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So I'm going to finish up here because we're out of time. Matt Stewart knows what he's talking about because I too had the picture of the iceberg. Okay, guys? So hope you like it. Let's see here. And you've already heard about all that, so I think that's it. Okay, cool. So any questions about the VTP real quick before we end and break out for lunch? Any other questions about anything? All right, guys, I hope you have a killer summer. Take the VTP seriously, complete it, get that done as soon as you possibly can, work with your sales managers, and let's get some lunch.